Bloodbath is on the horizon. That's the dire prediction this morning, with property prices in 2 states facing significant falls in the coming months. NAB warns a double-digit plunge in Melbourne and Sydney as the coronavirus crisis tightens its grip on our broken economy. Alan Oster is Chief Economist of the National Australia Bank and joins us now. Alan, I mean, this is pretty grim this morning. Just how low do you think prices will fall?
Oh, look, we're expecting Sydney and Melbourne to fall around about 15%. The other capital cities maybe 10%. But I think generally you need to put house prices in perspective. Remember, Sydney and Melbourne had fallen 10 to 15%, sort of recovered. And what we're really saying is, well, it's probably going to go backwards because the two big things that are really important in terms of house prices are population growth and also levels of unemployment. And unemployment, unfortunately, looks like it's going to get to, let's say, well, we think 11 3/4, the government thinks 10. And what's really important, it's probably going to stay above 7 for at least until the end of next year. So the dynamics are not good and gravity works, unfortunately, in these sort of circumstances.
So if we're expecting unemployment to stay that high for that long, and you also think our borders are going to remain closed for, well into next year, recovery, I mean, the government keeps talking about this V-shaped recovery. Do you see that happening?
You need to be careful about V-shaped recoveries. When you're talking about growth rates, I think you do get that. But if you drop 8% and then you go back up 8%, you're actually lower than where you started. And in our forecasts, which are, pretty standard, so we have an 8% fall over the next couple of quarters and we've got an 8% recovery. You won't get GDP back to where it was at the end of last year until early to mid-2022. And that's really important. So, yes, in terms of the V from growth, but no, in terms of the level is actually not going to be back until at least, as I said, mid-2022. It means unemployment stays high, people feel nervous. I don't think they're going to open up the international borders anytime soon. So you look at migration, it's about half of total population growth. So instead of growing at 1.5%, I think population will grow by about 0.7. And when you look at places like Sydney, Melbourne, growth rates and population have been really important, and that's not going to happen in the next 12 months anyway.
All right, Alan, thanks for your insight this morning. Really appreciate it.